Do 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 do. Oh, what? Updating. Always with the updating. No. It's Friday night, and we're doing some updating. That's how we like to roll. The game will be ready to play when its essential components are finished, both downloading and installing. Hooray! Hey Craig! Bazaar, za, 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 za. Were you guys as bored as me? Because I am bored off my tits. I really am. Simon L. L is in the house. Yep, it's crazy. It's crazy Friday night, and I was watching the kids playing Xbox in the lounge for the last 2 hours and thinking, is this it? Is this as good as it gets? But clearly I was wrong because you can always play Starcraft 2. But yeah, hey Jared. Jared's not bored. Baza, I hear you. Totally bored. When you say totally, I mean just like totally. What the F is going on in the world board? That is the board I'm at right now. So bored, you're avoiding to do other things. I think I've got a big blockage in my life. Oh, the downloads are getting good. Bored. Didn't say you were bored, Jared. We assumed you're not bored, being a youngster. I'm bored because I need to put furniture in rooms so I can have shelves, so I can display all of my computers and work on all my lovely things. But I can't do any of that because I can't do any building furniture or buying furniture because I need to put in flooring. And I can't put in flooring because I want maybe porcelain tiles and they're too expensive. So then I'm thinking maybe I could do some sort of vinyl thing, but I hate vinyl. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe carpet tiles. I can get reclaimed carpet tiles. Grade A. Oh no, grade A carpet tiles only come in black because that's happens to be what the office was chucking out, the company that reclaims them. So it's like, but then I need to buy 100 square meters of carpet tiles. Oh wow, 100 square meter carpet tiles, even reclaimed ones are like £600. Do I want to spend £600 right now? Because, of course, I've got at least 2 cars that need taxing right now. And it's April. And that means also there's going to be a load of office expenses, at least another £700 of office expenses to pay. Back office isn't free to run. So, yeah. So until I get all of those other things out of the way, can't display my games, which is a thing I want to do. So I'm bored. So I don't know if anyone ever gets that. Too many blockages. They're they're messing with my flow. So I just want my download to work. This is weird. It's saying play now. I can play, but it's still downloading. Oh, so it says it's like sound and high resolution textures will continue to download and install as you play. That's insane, isn't it? How can you? It's like not even downloaded all the stuff, but it can just keep going. It's crazy good. Timothy is bored. Bazza says sod it all. Simon says LVT, and I don't even know what that is. It's some sort of sex thing. I feel like someone who needs to take to booze. But then I don't want to take to booze because I'm trying to get fit. So curse you, life. Life seems simpler when you were younger, university student age. I just play a bit of Mech Warrior 4 and drink pop. That's pretty much it. I might do my coursework when I get home from university. I'd always get the coursework out the way so I could drink pop. Is the live stream ended? No, it's still going. It's still going. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for this download. Oops, shit. No, come back. Yeah. Right, it's done. Good. So we can click play now. And I'm actually in the Discord chat. McBeam! McBeam! That's good. Play says the game is running. So let's see if it will actually work. Sometimes I have to do the whole joggling with the screen and you can't see it, but oh, I mean that looks like you can see the screen, so that's already half good right now. So if in case you've never played this, you've got the humans, the Terrans. Oh, are you pissing with me? I don't know what my Blizzard account name is. Gonna have to now look in my emails. What's my Blizzard account name? What's my Blizzard account name? Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see if I can get this going. We're gonna just jump over for a thing for a minute. To boom! You can see me. You can see me typing. Your information was incorrect. I'm typing in sensitive information, so that's why it's gone like this. Europe. Come on now. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me! Hit me! Hey, Becky! Everybody's here today. All the twitching, all the Prime, all the Twitch Prime. God, I wonder if it's remembered my campaign from ages back. Wings of Liberty. Liberty. I'm also curious if you can actually hear the game music, because I can't. Where is it coming out? I honestly can't hear any game music, but it's telling me here that there's definitely game music somewhere. I think it's going to the wrong speakers, so let me just go change that, and then I'm going to be in. In like Flynn. We'll be in like Flynn. Let's do this. You're just writing down my password. Make sure you have the ABC123. Becky, I avoided Starcraft 2 for so long, like forever, I promise you. And it's really good. It's just like Starcraft 1, but 3D. You know, it's just the remake as it needed to be. I'm just being a bit quiet because making sure the sound's working. It is.
So I guess this is goodbye, Doc. Well, you've got a lot of cleaning up to do out there.
We'll manage somehow.
It's coming out the wrong
I just
hole,
hope
though.
you boys stand.
Right, I'm going to kill that. I don't like the sound coming out the wrong sound hole. How do we do this? Settings, menu, option, sound, output device, headset, please. Yay! So hopefully you can hear that. Yeah, it's free, Becky. By the way, StarCraft 2 is totally free. I didn't pay anything. Not 1 penny for it. So yeah, it is free. StarCraft 2 is
Crate
free.
needs an overhaul.
I like what's going on up here. Yeah. Just trying to remember how we actually do something here.
You came to the right place.
Okay, that's how you buy mercenaries.
Damn shame Doc Hanson stayed behind. She was just about to fall for my roguish charms, too. You ain't gonna tell me you weren't just a little bit tempted to stay with her, are you?
I've been down that.
I tell you what, I would love a kind of mech power suit thing. That just is awesome. In fact, the whole mech warrior, all of that stuff should be real as far as I'm concerned. Why haven't we made that yet?
I'm pleased to see these things haven't blown up the ship. Yet.
Sir, given the visual similarity between the various pieces, have you considered that they might combine to create a larger, more distinct object?
With everything else going on, Stedman, I couldn't care less what they do. Just that we get paid when we finally hand them over to the Mobius boys.
Okay, come on now. How do we actually, you know, fight?
I gathered allies, and we made our way.
There we go. It's been so long since
All right,
I've
sir,
played this,
Tool,
I
old
just
buddy,
can't
you
remember
got your
what we're
mysterious
doing.
prophecy. Now let's see what
But it's a
your
really good
preservers made
storyline.
of.
So yeah, it's free. Go down and load Starcraft 2. It's really good and it's free. And we might be able to play it multiplayer if we work out how all
My
this
quest
Blizzard
to
stuff
decipher the
works.
prophecy took me to the forbidden
I
archive
played a
world
lot
of
of Starcraft
Zakul.
2 multiplayer. Mr. Velu!
Here, 3 immortal preservers
Starcraft is
guarded
definitely one of the
ancient
best
knowledge.
games, in my opinion, ever.
Only
Starcraft
they
is
could transcribe the
classic.
prophetic fragments.
Starcraft and Diablo,
I needed to seek them
amazing.
out
And actually,
quickly.
Diablo 2 was good, but Diablo 3 was absolutely... Is it really loud? Is it too loud? Too loud. I'm going to turn it down a bit then. Diablo 3 is to Diablo that Starcraft 2 is to Starcraft, in that it's a 3D version but not ruined, like really good. I'm saying that and I'm thinking in my head, actually, was Diablo 3 pretty much the same as 1 and 2? Was it real 3D?
It is strangely silent here, yet these structures are intact. With power, they would be functional.
I'm just noticing we've got something going on here, right? Come on, how do we just start the bloody game? Oh, I'm playing Zergs! I can't even remember how they work. Warp in structure. Well, everybody needs the blue crystal-y things, minerals. Shit, how do we do this? So, Zergs aren't like Terrans in that Terrans build stuff. Zergs do weird stuff, you'll see now. Sorry, these aren't Zergs, they're Protoss, I mean. It's like they're building a teleport and bringing it in from their dimension. They're like that species 183 or whatever from Voyager. That's right, Becky, the Zerg Rush. We all loved a bit of a Zerg Rush. So we need a Vespene geyser as well, so that's what that thing up there is. There's a Vespene geyser, so... An assimilator apparently is what they call a Vespene processing unit. Get your arse emulators going.
The mighty spirits of the preservers are imprisoned close by. We must find them.
The Forge. Oh, so Forge is like an academy. Ooh. Can you already bring in some soldiers, man? I'm gonna...
Not enough minerals.
Okay. I was told. Commandos. I don't remember that at all. By the way, does anyone know how to do a print screen? I think I should update my thumbnail for this YouTube thing. I think I'm going to settle into a bit of StarCraft 2. But can I actually hit print screen on the keyboard and it actually does something useful?
That we can make use of.
Oh. Okay. That looked like it did something. Hopefully not crash my PC. Whoa. Yeah, right. Let's not do that. That's fine.
Have a higher power now, Dark One.
Rambo on the specky. Uh-oh.
We are the blades of fire. Light for life.
turn away for
Higher
1
power.
second, trying to make a
What could
screenshot.
have corrupted these Protoss so? Truly, something foul has taken hold of this sacred place.
Thou art a farty fiend. Oh, pizza, Craig.
Or command Na Adan Atum. My life for hire.
What's a stalker? Can attack ground and air units.
You have not enough minerals.
Oh, minerals. So Becky, it sounds a bit like, was it like a Solid Snake game? Ah, that's a good idea. Craig, can you photograph my screen as well so I can make a YouTube thumbnail, please? Can you just do a screen grab? I'll do like, hey! YouTube! YouTube thumbnail! Yee-hee! Yeah, if you could send that to me, that would be good too. Because I don't want anybody missing out on Starcraft. Hello, Neil! Neil, you need to get this, by the way. Starcraft 2 is free from Blizzard and multiplayer and everything, and it's maze balls. It's just as good as the original Starcraft. In fact, I think it has some of the maps too, but it's so refined now. Okay, I think that's all my probes. I think I've built all my probes, so let's go for a couple of stalkers.
Not enough minerals.
I'm going to try to... Oh, mission objectives. Free the preservers. 0 out of 3. Okay, so there's 3 stars on the map. I'm thinking that's the preservers. What, more nerdy than like Red Alert is that we were playing? Or Craig, that is... I've got Craig's picture here, by the way, in another window. I noticed that Starcraft continues to play, which is worrying. Starcraft continues to play. Craig, that's no good to me. I need a minimum size of quite large, apparently. Okay, let's just... Ooh, got a bit scary there briefly.
I am here in
Oh,
the shadows.
that looks nice. Right, I can't mess around anymore, guys. I've got to make my YouTube thumbnail. So I'm going to do Alt Tab, and then I'm going to hit Tab, and then I'm going to hit the snipping tool, and then I'm going to use the snipping tool to snip that whole screen. Boom, which I've done. Then I'm going to pause the game so I don't die. Oh no, why can't I pause it?
Very wise.
Oh, well, that's good enough. Menu is a pause. And then I'm going to save this picture into my downloads folder, and I'm going to call it Knob Socks. Knob Sock. And then I'm going to just load up into the YouTube Live a thumbnail thing. And then I'll be ready to continue. Posh people say Starcraft. Keith, how's it pronounced? How's it supposed to be pronounced? Pronounced. Please write your phonetic spelling of Starcraft, and we'll all try to speak more common, if that's more pleasing to you. Everybody, Keith wants it common style. I want to be with the common people. I wrote Carcraft. Starcraft 2. The craftening. The craftening. I'm going to write that. The craftening. The craftening. I think that's perfect. That'll do nicely. And then I'm going to download the thumbnail I just created, because there's a problem with YouTube where it won't publish my thumbnails unless I upload them in a really weird particular way. And that's what that's done now. So last one, Starcraft 2 stream, booby stream, see my boobs. That's how you get the clicks, you build clickbaits. Starcraft 2. Wings of Liberty, and hopefully now I can continue to the game, and there should be a thumbnail for all of those people. Where were we? Where were we? Right. Zergs. No, actually, we're not Zergs. We're fighting other Protosses. Neil, garlic bread though, right? It is when you do your own one in the oven, it's always like that. The outside is burnt to a crisp and the inside is just soft. Soft. Like an inside of a donut. You donut! You bloody donut hole. Right, I think I'm going to need to build whatever Protoss need. To look after things. What I mean by that is, in Starcraft normally, you see at the top right corner it says 25 out of 26, so that's an issue for me because I need to know how... Pylons, okay, right, good, thank you. Pylons. Pylons. Ah, okay, those things. Let's do 3, shall we? Good. Pylons.
You require my skills.
Barf!
Intriguing.
Sorry, Craig. Is that because I touched my tip?
You must construct additional pylons.
The tip was sensitive. I do. Whoa! Kill it! Kill it with death. Oh, I like that zooming. How many have they bloody got? Smash that mic button like it's a like button.
The hybrid is draining the preservers to survive. I must free them before it is too late.
Okay. By doing what?
A robotics facility. This structure may prove useful to us.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to send some knobby knobs down over there to get to the structure normally.
State thy bidding. For the reckoning.
Ah, bad guy. Okay, guys, you hang there. How do you do the research then? Okay.
State thy bidding.
So this is basically my reconnaissance team.
In the shadows.
Better build some more things.
Not enough minerals. You
Let our enemy know our fury.
we are the blades of iron.
I am the voice of the eclipse.
Cybernetics core, gateway.
You have not enough minerals.
Oh, so few minerals. How many bloody mineral miners do we have to make? Go on then, just get
You have
bloody...
not enough minerals.
Yeah, you said that already.
I am here in the shadows. I am the heart.
Bazza, it's weird with that whole latency thing, isn't it?
Base is under attack.
Shit. Uh-oh.
Is the void. Let our enemy know our fury. Intriguing.
Our pylon is under attack.
No!
Let our enemy know our fury. Your doom is only delayed. Here in the shadows.
Okay, okay.
Move unseen. Very wise.
Evening ZX Renew, have you been renewing some ZXs?
Very well. I am the voice of the eclipse. State thy bidding. I am the heart.
Okay, this is where it goes bad.
This Templar archive lies
Okay.
abandoned.
Good. Let's get going.
You have not enough minerals.
Well, if these friggin' 10 units would just go and get some instead of sitting around scratching their arse. Uh-oh. What's that guy?
Cold is the void.
I think we need to get ready for this guy. Looks like probably going to turn up. Look there. See that guy? That doesn't look healthy. Them things ain't healthy.
Here in the shadows. I am
So you ordered a new BitBoy with that Enable SNES emulation. That sounds very good. A song. Neil, when you say I haven't given you a song, do you mean I haven't sung you a song?
You require my skills.
I could try to sing you a song, but I'd have to get some lyrics up. Lyrics. Oh, where's my guy? Did he kill all my guys? What a meanie. Ah!
State thy bidding.
Yeah.
Require my skills.
Kill it with death. Simon, what is a BitBoy? I always hear people going on about BitBoy. Got a BitBoy. Is it like an Odroid Go?
A dark shrine.
I
Once
don't-
power is restored, it could be of great value to us.
I don't sing for you anymore. I feel really sad now. Okay, let's see if we can bring up some lyrics. I'm going to bring up some lyrics in the other words, and oh my God, there's so much like spam now when you bring up lyric sites, isn't there?
Some secrets must remain.
Did I do that? It's your birthday by 50 Cent. I don't even remember that one. Right, I need to just bolster my army now, guys. Let me just focus 1 second on seeing how the hell I get this. Upgrades for zealots and stalkers. Upgrade. Oh no, I've got that. I've already got one of those. How do I cancel it? Yeah, upgrade with a double dose of pimpin.
Upgrade complete.
Upgrade, I like that. He says upgrade complete. I told him to cancel it. He's like, yeah, did it, yeah. Shields. He's got shields. Yeah, there we go.
I am the heart of darkness.
So, oh crikey. What are we supposed to do? It says free the preservers. Oh, the preservers are these things in here. Right. Okay.
I serve.
I'm going to change my battle plan then, guys, because if we're going to go free those guys, I think it makes sense we just build more photon cannons. And then that will protect against these hybrids. It's your birthday. It's Tuesday. Holy smoke, look at that guy, he's lacing up my bloody thing. Jeez. Yeah, I can believe that. What the holy hunker-dunker-dunk? Hunker-dunky. Jeez.
Let our enemy know our fury.
What the flying flipper-dunk I'm like speechless.
I am the heart.
Sam, the Mac Daddy Mac. Jump, jump, crisscross will make you jump, jump. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Come on.
spirits of the preservers are entombed within. We must break them open immediately.
Okay, we've got an idea now what we need to do. Cheers. Crisscross will make you jump, jump. Sam inspired us. It was all about the Daddy Mac, Daddy Mac. The Mac Daddy. I don't know, I think maybe we could try to do something in the club style, can't we? I'm trying to think. It's like I can spit some lyrics out. I'm gonna spit some lyrics at you in a non-traditional style that you would have heard them in for the song, and you can guess what the song is. How about that?
I am here in the shadows.
Come on now, let's do this. Hey girl, I can see your body moving, and it's driving me crazy. And I didn't have the slightest idea until I saw you dancing. And when you walk up on the dance floor, nobody cannot ignore the way you move your body, girl. And everything's so unexpected, the way you right it and left it. So you can keep on shaking it. Let's go. Dang. They're making a mockery of my base defenses, I have to say.
I'm here in the shadows.
This is just terrible. I am l'enfant terrible. Am I starved of Vespine or something? Oh, that is what is happening.
State thy bidding.
You do that, Buck. Biddy biddy biddy. Is that a song by Susie Quattro? Yeah. You know. Yellow. Yellow River. Yellow River.
We are one with the shadows.
By the way, I have to admit I'm still addicted to watching Benidorm.
You require my skills.
You acquire my skills, boy. Pizza. So Craig, what was the toppings you got in the end? I had curry for tea, that's what I had. But to be fair, I was eating a lot. At lunchtime I had fish and chips as well, so we're packing away the pounds here.
I am here in the shadows.
Upgrade complete.
I wasn't like Neil with my meal deal. Nice. Chicken feast and something hot. I could eat. I think I'm one of those people who I can eat. You know what I mean? Offer me some food, I'll probably eat. Oh, he's sending another one of those bloody hybrids. He loves those things. Protoss build rate is slow.
My light.
I am the voice of the eclipse.
Justice be done.
Justice be done by your command, biddy biddy biddy. Haha. It's all about the eating, Craig. I suspect they'll be eating in Blackpool.
My light for hire.
I am here in the shadows.
This is going to be just a war of attrition until I can get an inflection point in my base. It's going to be... It's going to be a hard time coming while they keep sending those bloody bastards. But I think we're getting there. I think we've got the structures with build rates now. We probably have as much maximum Vespine production.
We are the blades of ire.
I'm not really sure what these abandoned structures do. Power them up. How do you power them up? We should... That's interesting though, isn't it? How do you power them up?
I am here in the shadows.
would be worth seeing if you do. I don't know. Is it a pylon? You might need a pylon. Warp in Nexus.
My life for iron.
Some secrets must remain hidden.
Okay.
We are one with.
We are the cheeky girls. You are the cheeky boys. Yes. Craig, yes, I agree. And booze. Do you remember how cheap the booze was? It was Narvan prices. Narvan prices. Literally like 10p a pint. How's that even possible? Ah! That did fire that thing up, you know.
Zeratul, truly fate has sent you here.
Oh! Dark Templars.
Join me, brothers, and we shall cleanse this place of evil. Command us.
I wish I did this earlier. Better late than never, though, eh?
Your probes are under attack. My life for iron.
What already? Where the?
I am here in the shadows.
Okay, come on, guys.
I bask in the twilight. State thy bidding.
Let's F this guy in the A. You're throwing your hands in the air like you just don't care. You've got your EC on. Oh, Becky, it's definitely. I don't think it's a 26 gig download. I think that's the size of the zip file.
You must construct additional pylons.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
Is over.
I think we've got the ability now to
You
do
must
some.
construct additional pylons.
That thing. How do we fix something? Fix that, please.
You must construct additional pylons.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I've got the pylons going. Bazo, it'd be an interesting gig, wouldn't it? The voiceover artist. You must construct additional pylons. Fix it then.
Your existence ends this day.
I'm guessing you can't fix stuff. That makes me sad
You
in my
must place
belly.
that in a power field.
Oh, I see. Pylons have that circle around them, so if you don't have pylons... Oh, I get ya. I get ya, man. I get ya. You need to be in the field of influence. Let's try that again then. Power that thing up. You Jatutton monkey bird.
I am here.
I don't like pylons, no. You do not want pile-ins either. Pile-ups. All the piles. There's very rarely a good pile in life, isn't there? It's all negative. Oh, you chose the wrong base, guys. Suck it! Suck it like a Polaroid picture.
Intriguing.
Battle is upon us.
Khartoum. I am here in the shadows.
What have you bought for me? Nothing.
Base is under attack. The glory of battle.
Time Bandits. Crikey, I haven't seen Time Bandits forever.
We are one with the shadows.
That sounds like something out of Lex, doesn't it? I love his Giga Shadow.
I return to serve.
Oh, nice. What's that thing? An immortal.
Thanks, mighty one. Shall see.
Screw this. Should we bring the fight to them for a bit? I tell you what we do. Let's do that trick where you do save. And then we try something. And if it doesn't work, It's alright. We didn't lose nothing other than a bit of time.
I am the voice of the eclipse. Very well.
Some secrets must remain hidden.
Fiend.
Oh, yes, that
My
worked.
skills. Intriguing.
Uh-oh.
I serve.
Do it.
It shall be as you. We are one with the shadows. Very well.
Focus your firepower, boys. Yes. You boys and girls at home watching this are lucky, aren't you? Look at this. This is lovely.
Oblivion comes, none shall stand.
Come on, guys. So close. Come on, come on.
I am the heart of darkness. We are one with the shadows.
Oblivion comes,
Yes.
none shall stand.
State thy bidding. We are one with the
Yee-hoo-hoo!
We have seen the prophetic fragments in your mind, Zeratul. We will make of them what we can.
Nice. That's sweet, guys. Sorry, I got a bit distracted by the old game there, but
The cycle shall draw to its end. The Zelnaga who forged the stars will transcend
getting a
their
Reddit ping.
creation. Yet the fallen one shall remain, destined to cover the void in shadow. It begins with the great hunger. It ends in utter darkness.
good. Oh, by the way, I was looking locally to see if there's any kind of interesting retro shows or anything to go to this weekend.
Refer to the
There isn't, but there is some sort of Steam fair in Essex.
in this prophecy.
Oh, I got it. Yay, victory! Three. So, yeah, if you're interested in maybe some retro Steam engine action, that could be for you. What time is it? Is it bedtime yet? No, I think I could do one more round. Armory Bridge Laboratory. Let's see what you get from these things. Fred Dibner style, exactly. All of the upgrades. Oh, the siege tank is the best. Siege tanks, so good. Oh, I want to talk about Starship Troopers. Is anybody interested in talking about a bit of Starship Troopers? Because if I wasn't here, I'd be reading some Starship Troopers with my eyes, and it's taking me time because I'm reading it, not listening to it on Audible. But I'm loving
You
it.
still need to access the
I'm loving it.
Dead Man's Port.
Starship Troopers in the
Risky just
book
waiting here
is
with all
so
these
much
mercenaries around.
cooler
Colonel
than
Orland's
the
sure
Starship
taking his time
Troopers
decrypting
movie.
that
I love the
adjutant for
Starship
us.
Troopers movie,
Yeah,
but
I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
the book like takes it to 11.
James, Orland decrypted your adjutant, but he's planning to sell it to the Dominion. Must have been something exciting in there. He wants me to keep you off his back until they arrive.
That's nice, Mira. But why are you telling me all this?
Because I like you and Matthew better than him, of course. Match
Gonna
Orland's
watch the
offer,
cutscene.
and
Have
I
to
will
watch the
help you take him
cutscene.
out instead. He's paying in minerals, so I'll give you the same deal.
Done. Always a pleasure, Mira.
Don't take too long now. If Orland comes up with the goods first, I will have to side with him. Oh, and
I'm loving it.
say hello to Matthew for me. Ask him why he never calls.
Come on, how do I skip this? Oh, okay, I can skip it. Craig, can you stop talking about bloody pizza? You're gonna make me want pizza, and I definitely do not need pizza.
All right, boys. We got a deal with Mira Han. Now let's get to work and get that adjutant back.
Oh my god, look how few minerals you've got. You've got like nothing. Shoosh. I don't like these sort of missions. Sometimes in StarCraft 2 they do have these
Pirates have been stripping down ships here for years.
odd missions where
It
you
should be
just don't
pretty
have
easy
enough
to collect
resources,
enough
so you have
scrap
to
to
run
pay Mira
around
off.
and collect them like that. You see there?
Outstanding. Yes, sir.
What does that give you? Literally 100 Vespine.
Keep your shirt on, Sparky.
SCV ready.
Go, go, go! Orders received.
Those shredders are constantly producing scrap we can salvage. We should check this area again later.
Sure.
In the pipe, 555. Why was there never an Aliens RTS game? That'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
Affirmative.
Could it be like a Syndicate style run and gun?
Roger that. You got it.
SCV ready.
Looking forward to it.
Alright guys, we've got bad guys incoming and no weapons.
This better be good.
SCV ready.
Incoming transmission.
I left a little present out here for you and Matthew. I never got to give it to him last time you boys were here.
Yay, some vultures.
Are those vulture bikes?
Good eye, Tychus. We can use them to lay mines around our base to hold off Orland.
Sure thing. Outstanding. Can't wait.
This is my base now.
Ready to raise some hell. Talk to me, boss. Pedal to the metal. All day long. Hell yeah.
So buy the Merc contracts before Orland. So we basically have to collect 6,000 minerals. That's
Base is under attack.
what?
Ready
You
to raise some hell.
damn it.
Do this. I'm in a heap of trouble.
Sure thing.
Additional supply depots required.
What do you want?
Oh, Pants, I just realised you're not going to. Oh.
Dig it.
You don't want to
Yeah,
build
I'm
anything,
going.
right? Because if we build
Oh, is
stuff, we're
that
going to
it?
lose the scrap.
Born to be armed and ready. No problemo. The road's calling. Born to be wild. No problemo. How about lending a hand? Something on your mind. Yeah. I'll reach it.
Additional supply depots required.
Dig it.
Supply depots aren't free though.
Who wants some? Orders received. What do you want?
Additional supply depots required.
Dagnammit.
In the rear with the gear.
I suppose they're not too expensive.
I reach it, sir. What do you want?
Destroy all those fucked up.
Yeah. Something on your mind. Yeah. I reach it. Something on your mind.
There.
What do you want? Armed and ready. Will do. You got it. I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Sure thing. Tempo. Sure.
Whoa, 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 back to the base now.
Yeah. This better be good. Go, go, go! I reach it, sir.
How's your lad now welcoming party?
The road's calling. Born to be wild.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I'm gone. No problemo.
No problemo.
Armed and ready. What do you want? Something on your mind?
Yeah,
Additional
go
supply
fix it
depots
anyway.
required.
What do you want?
Here we go.
Oh, is that it? Dig it.
Can
is that
you
it?
dig it?
Additional supply depots required.
No problemo. Dig it. Born to be wild.
Nice. Come on, repair him.
Yeah. Well, I reach you, sir. Yeah, I'm going. Yeah. What do you want?
Oh, a mech.
Road's calling. Yeah, I'm going. The road's calling. Dig it.
Such a thieving
Road's
bunch of pikeys.
Born to be wild. No problem. Yeah, I'm going. No problem.
Additional supply depots required.
What's going on? Something on your mind. Well, I read you, sir. Oh, is that it? Ah! You scared me! What do you want?
Hello.
Hello, is that Mr. Dalton?
It is indeed. What's all this? We'll have no trouble here. This is a respectable establishment.
Now let me adjust something. I'm going to adjust Summit Lake because I'm going to turn the master volume in the game to sort of 50%.
Let me turn my audio down, or you're going
No,
to
no,
hear me as
and
well.
then I'm going to turn your audio up. So now
Yes,
talk.
but I need to turn mine down because I only just got here, and they'll hear your game stream through my mic if I don't turn my audio down.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were wearing your headset.
I am.
Oh,
Base is
I
under
fixed my
attack.
headset, so it's I'm better enough.
so hopefully everybody can hear Mr. Dalton.
I believe you can. The avatars are doing. Hello, Baz. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Becky.
Base
Hello,
is
Richie.
under
Hello,
attack.
everyone else. And Craig, I see is there as well.
We've all been waiting for you, sir.
Do apologise, I took the family outfitted.
Additional supply
Oh
depots
no.
required.
How about lending a hand?
This is bad.
What's bad?
There's a badness happening in my base.
What do you want?
You're my wife now.
Yes. I can't. I can't. That was a very Welsh type character, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely. Well, remember, they were obsessed with Swansea. They thought Swansea was heaven.
Is that really the case? I can hardly remember.
Hello, McBean. Yes, yes, they used to think, Edward and Tubbs. Tubbs used to believe that Swansea was heaven.
Tubbsy.
However, having worked in Swansea for several years, I can assure you it's about the furthest you get from heaven.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Pretty shitty city.
Swansea aspires to be a shithole. To raise its social status to a shithole.
Oh dear. This game music's still quite loud in my ear. So,
My wife says your toilet is blocked. No, it isn't. It is now.
right, now I've really turned it down. That was Papa Ladbrue was a really weird, sinister character.
Base is under attack.
Oh, it was great.
I'm in a heap of trouble. Can't wait. That's fine.
Do you ever play Starcraft, Mr.
I
Dalton?
don't tend to play those kind of games, unfortunately. They're not my bag, baby.
Not your cup of tea.
Yeah, they used to be. I don't know, I'm trying to get back into gaming, but I've not found my killer game yet.
It's like now, I'm at this point in this particular game where I'm pretty much going to die. It's just a war of attrition now. Me being able to try to repair my base quicker than they can destroy it. Oh, I can lure them out.
Dig it.
Becky says the stream's just what she needed. Woke up quite depressed today. You're very welcome, Becky. I'll do my damnedest to cheer everyone. Be a little ray of sunshine.
You are my sunshine.
What's going on?
My only sunshine.
This better be good.
Alright,
bring it on.
Did you see that movie Little Bit Sunshine?
No, I have not. I haven't. I have not seen it. I heard it's quite a good film.
Go ahead.
So, okay, let's ask the chat question. Everyone in the chat, give me your top 3 films of all time.
Bring it on. Oh, is that it? Yeah, I'm going.
And we're not going to judge in here. So if you like Babe, Pig in the City as your top film, that's fine. Tell you what I did see this week. I saw a preview of Shazam.
You saw what, sorry?
A preview of the film Shazam.
Shazam?
Have you not seen the adverts? It's got like a guy like in a red Superman suit blowing bubblegum.
Is it that nerdy guy?
It's the guy from Chuck, yeah. But apart from he's absolutely jacked in it now. And it's excellent. It's a really good fun film.
I has failed.
Good evening, JVers. I can also tell you another film, Andrew. I know now this is a film your kids you'd like, family, and your sons would be enthralled by it.
Does it have a lot of farting in it?
No farting, but no, not really. But they would love it.
Okay.
Called the Kid Who Would Be King.
The Kid Who Would Be King.
It's about a schoolboy who finds Excalibur and has to go on a quest.
Oh, that does sound fun.
And all his friends become knights.
Ah.
It's got Patrick Stewart in it, so it's always a good time with Patrick Stewart.
I thought for a second you were going to say Patrick Swayze.
No, that'd be Ghost Part 2.
Base is under attack.
Dune really touched me into sci-fi. Ooh. Dune is an interesting one, Becky. It's a hard watch, it can be.
But how can it be? For he is the Kwisatz Haderach.
Yeah.
I think Dune's great.
It is a great film, but like I say, it's
More deep.
Oh, Kevin Lee likes Heathers. I like Heathers as well. Heathers is very much a film of its era. It's almost a proto-emo film, but the kids in it aren't emo. Well, they kind of are a bit. It's a very good film. Breakfast Club as well, amazing film, absolutely amazing film about kids who go in detention.
Is that with there's quite famous people in that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the Brat Pack films.
Did I read somewhere that there's going to be some new Kevin Smith movies coming out soon?
Kevin Smith's making at the moment a sequel to Jane Silent Bob Strike Back called Jane Silent Bob Reboot, where basically they go on a quest to stop their film being rebooted.
Oh, to stop it being rebooted, nice.
Yeah. And Baz is saying Dune is a great film. Dune is a great film. Dune is a really great film, but it took me a while to get into it. It's like I knew it was a great film, but it took me a while. You know, sometimes with a film like that, you have to click with it.
I can't remember if I read the book before the thing, because I remember reading the Frank Herberts and the who did Foundation. I think it was Isaac Asimov. I think that was my Asimov period.
Well, I'm not really a big reader, and I'd never read Dune. I just remember seeing a bit of Dune on TV when I was a kid. It was on Channel 4 late night. We had about half of it recorded.
I don't know
watched
if you
it.
caught the beginning, but I was talking a little bit again about Starship Troopers because it's so good.
Starship Troopers is a fantastic. Do you want the film or the book?
I like the film a lot, but the book, which I've more recently started reading, it's taken me a while because it's quite a hard read. I don't know, I say it's a hard read. Anyway, it's good. It's really good. It's like the action's good. The whole Marauders or whatever they're called in it are just amazing. You know, like they're all like actual.
Well, as bad as it is, the third film is Starship Troopers Marauder, where they do have the sort of the exosuits. Craig, do you need squeezing? He's absolutely full of pizza, he says. So, do you need a pizza squeezing?
Yeah. So Kevin would have got the whole what he was watching. He would have understood it rather than people just going, "What is that?"
It's a very interesting film. Don't get me wrong. It took me a while to get into it, and once I think also because I hadn't read the books, I didn't know anything about the, I didn't know anything about the Dune universe. I think what helped me understand it was effectively parsing the various Dune wikis to learn about what was what, and then the film made more sense.
There's a whole like mini series and all sorts. They seem to try to reboot it every few years.
Well, it's being remade again at the moment. They're remaking the main book again. But what's quite interesting is the what's called the TV cut, which is one of the more popular editions of Dune.
Isn't it
has a load of
really long, like a 5-hour version?
It's not that. It's got loads of prologue added. It's got basically storyboards from the film that explain loads of the backstory to the film. It's basically so more people could understand it.
So
it's like a Dune for Dummies section at the start.
Anybody in the stream who's not Starcraft aware, I've just realised that I could build a tech lab onto my factory that allows me then to build siege tanks the most fun weapon in the whole game if you play Terrans. So that will give me now ranged attack against all these bloody gits who keep trying to walk into my base. So are they going to keep making crap sort of Star Wars movies, or are they just going to lay off it for a bit and regroup? And
Well, there's another Star Wars film coming out to finish off the new trilogy, and I'm hoping it's a good one.
see, I liked Solo, but
I liked Solo. I liked.
there was just too many of them. I think it was just like a boycotted movie at that point.
The,
People just had
the
enough.
problem was they were trying to do with Star Wars what they're doing with the Marvel films, but it was all too close and it doesn't work with the Star Wars universe. I mean, the Marvel films work with one being every 6 months because there's so many diverse characters to talk about. But with the Star Wars films, everyone wants to see Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, it's true, isn't it? You don't want to go. I don't care who these people are. But then again, it worked with Star Wars with Rogue One.
Was it true the guy who played Jar Jar Binks committed suicide, or is that just
He attempted suicide, and it's quite sad actually. The story is he's done some interviews about that. It was depression brought on from the bullying from being Jar Jar Binks.
But I like this theory. Bard Snagglebug says if they didn't retcon the extended universe, well, yeah, maybe. I like the whole theory is how Jar Jar Binks actually is a Sith.
A Sith Lord.
And it all makes sense. But what does retconning? I know what it means, but what does the term itself stand for? Do you know? Is it retrospective?
Retrospectively corrected continuity, I guess.
Retrospectively continuity. Could be.
Retrospectively, yeah. Retroactive continuity. It stands for.
They really hate that director guy as well who does it, who's been doing it, those movies.
What, the Star Wars ones? They're all different guys.
But it's that main one that everyone's saying is a
Oh, do you mean J.J. Abrams?
No, I don't think J.J. Abrams.
No. Oh, you're on about the guy who made The Last Jedi, aren't you? Rian Johnson.
Could be. I'll have to just...
Yeah, Rian Johnson, they don't like him. And he basically has been kind of removed from making Star Wars films.
Oh no. Forcibly removed from making Star Wars movies.
Well, what they've done is, for the last of the trilogy, they brought back J.J. Abrams to write and direct it. Because he did such a good job with The Force Awakens. Bazza says Star Wars bores him. Bazza, what is your choice sci-fi then? And he's saying it's because Star Wars is fantasy, not science fiction. I would say it's fantasy sci-fi. It's in both genres.
Add-on complete.
Let me just steal your stuff. Thank you.
Star Trek, says Baz. Okay. Right. JB says the Orville. Well, the Orville is excellent. I'll agree with you there. But Bazza, Star Trek. Let's talk about Star Trek. Let's say first off the original movies, the Next Generation movies, the reboot movies.
What are you going to say about them?
What's your thoughts on the original movies with the original crew? So we're talking Star Treks 1 through 6.
Yeah, I thought they were alright. They're obviously a bit dated now, but I think I always watch them. If I watch one now, I think it stands the test of time, and it's a little bit nostalgic. I like it. I think the crew were charming, but ultimately they were like that.
Okay. And the Next Generation movies.
Again, I really love the Next Gen, but if I want to be really I watch them, I enjoy them, but if I want to be really critical, they were balls. I mean,
First Contact's good. First Contact is very good.
I think compared to the reboot movies, I think the reboot movies just are amazing.
I don't really care for them.
So yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's So it must be like not technical issues with the movies. The movies themselves are okay. It's obviously just down to taste.
I think so. I think so. But you've got to remember, I think the problem with the next gen films is Insurrection, most of all, was basically an episode. It wasn't grand. It wasn't a grand enough story.
I think you're right. Yeah, and I think that is probably something that does happen. Has happened a few times in them, doesn't it? Where it is just like an extended episode, and you don't care about the bad guys.
Becky controversially saying Voyager was the best series.
I like Voyager, but I think I'd probably like Deep Space Nine better.
I think Deep Space Nine is the best of the Star Trek series. I didn't like it that as much at the time, but I think if you can stick the first 2 seasons of Deep Space Nine, once you get into the third, it is amazing.
It was a bit like a soap, wasn't it? I like that. It like good continuity. The story flowed, didn't it? It was each episode. It wasn't like just a single half.
Designed to. It was the first series that really had proper long arcs throughout the season. Kevin Lee's right. Yeah, DS9's a slow starter, but then when you get to the sort of series 3 onwards, especially in seasons 4, 5, and first half of 6, it's just amazing. Deep Space Nine's a poor man's Babylon 5, says Bazza.
I tell you what, if you watch Babylon 5 now, it's unwatchable. It's just absolutely unwatchable. Whereas all the Star Treks, I think you can still watch them. Even the original Star Treks.
Mix It Up wants to know, should he leave you a like?
Should he leave... Sorry, I didn't see that there. Should I leave a like? Well, that's entirely up to you. Smash that like button!
Like and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications.
To be part of the notification squad. Do you want to be part of the notification squad?
Oh, of course, Bard has only recently started watching Star Trek in support of his brother-in-law, to kind of bond with his brother-in-law.
That's good, isn't it? I think there's many a thing that you... It's like, I don't know, Hollyoaks or something that I think is utter bollocks, but I probably would enjoy it if I just watched loads of it. You know what I mean? If you watch loads of something, I think you'll just
consume enough to be able to disengage your brain.
Exactly. Like going for a long run. You've got to do at least 40 minutes before your body just gives up and just says, okay.
Yeah. So Becky's saying the DS9 episode that touched her was the one where Sisko was caught in time to follow his son through his life. Yes, I know the episode you mean. Where Sisko keeps appearing, not aging as Jake gets older. Very good episode.
Perving on him.
That's right. And Jay Beers is saying Battlestar Galactica. Battlestar Galactica. But which Battlestar Galactica?
You know what's weird? You know, like the Battlestar Galactica thing that was kind of recent-ish in the last 10 years, or whenever it was.
Last 20 years, yeah.
Is it that? Is it really that old now?
It was like 2005. I think it was 2003. The pilot was.
I think I enjoyed it, but I don't think. I think it got boring. I think that's probably the way of describing it. I thought it got a bit boring at one point when that's probably when at the same point they canned it anyway. It's too political. Or something.
2004 it started. Okay, Jabe, it's 15 years ago, not 20. Okay, that's still a long time ago.
It's still longer than you think it ought to be, isn't it?
It's more time than when I watched the original Battlestar Galactica as a child, and it was old then.
Do you remember the movies? They were good. They were like corny, nice.
Well, the Battlestar Galactica movies were just episodes, like 3 episodes edited into a movie.
I can't remember, but it's like, was it the sort of end up... It was something really corny about it, and I just can't remember quite what the corniness was, but...
Well, the biggest problem with Battlestar Galactica, the original series, was they only had a limited amount of spaceship footage shots that were made by their effects studio, so every space was the same sort of 10 or 12 shots of the ships fighting, recut in a new order.
Oh, okay. Biddy. What about Buck Rogers?
Buck Rogers. Ulmadiri in that catsuit. JB is... Not JB, sorry. Becky saying Space 1999 was great. I don't
Oh
really
yeah.
memories of watching that much.
I
Baza
don't. I watched.
cried at the inner light.
I remember watching the early ones, but it got weird. Like the woman who had the hawk vision thing. I don't remember that as a kid.
Do you remember in Buck Rogers when Hawkman joined them?
I think Buck Rogers, they messed it up something chronic, didn't they? There was something weird about it where they just made it so bizarre and shit.
The first season was set on Earth and it was quite good, and then they retooled it for a second season and put Buck and a few of the characters on a spaceship exploring. They tried to make it a bit Star Trekky.
Okay.
Dutch Retro Gamer saying he loved the voices of the Cylons. We should build a Cylon in the back office. That'd be brilliant.
An actual working one.
An actual working real
Murderous.
Cylon. No, not murderous. Slave Cylon style.
Oh, the slave one. Yeah, but what type? The old style or the new sexy?
Oh no, the old
maybe
style.
a sexy lady.
No, the old
infiltrating
style.
sexy
No,
Cylon.
By your command.
By your. No, sorry, that is the sexy one for me.
Is it the sexy one? Actually, there's a very funny bit in the an episode of the A-Team where they go to Universal Studios, and it's got Dirk Benedict, who played Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica, walking around, and they've got a guy, one of the performers, dressed up as a Cylon, and he walks past him, and Dirk Benedict goes, "Don't I know you from somewhere?"
That's almost, and it's in one of the opening credits, isn't it? As well.
It's in the opening credit of the A-Team, yeah, and that's from the actual episode. He talks to the Cylon. Yeah, Becky, they showed the same fight scene they did. They like I say, oh, Kevin, you're right. They showed Caprica, the spin-off to Battlestar, the prequel, which was just a bit.
I was getting into that though, and then they cancelled it. I was actually getting into it, Caprica. It wasn't too bad.
I have a general problem with most prequel shows, though. It's very hard to create a sense of tension in a prequel show where A has to follow B has to follow C.
That's true.
And that's one of the problems I think that Discovery has. As great as people say Discovery is, you know for a fact that like Spock isn't going to die in a way that's going to stop him from coming back. You know for a fact that in the first season, the Klingon War, the Federation weren't going to lose the Klingon War and be conquered by the Klingons.
But you knew that Spock wouldn't die in the original Star Treks as well, regardless, because they never in TNG they never killed off characters. So
yes, they did.
Tasha Yar.
No, there's a few characters got killed off. Maybe not main characters, but are characters introduced over a few episodes who get killed off. Voyager did the same, so did Deep Space Nine.
I can't think of any.
Of what? Deep Space Nine?
Memorable characters.
Deep Space Nine Dax.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Deep Space Nine. My apologies. I was thinking Voyager.
Voyager, a few of the crew members got killed off. Chell, for example, was one who got killed off.
Oh, cockpiss.
Lard Snuggle, what if they make an alternative universe prequel spin-off? Don't know. I think the danger is when you start trying to do spin-offs in mirror universes and things, it gets a bit.
I'm in the rear with the gear. Can't believe I don't have any anti-air units built at all.
7 of 9 died twice. 7 of 9 died in lots of episodes, and Voyager was notorious for killing people and then bringing them back 5 minutes later.
Who was the most useless character out of all of the Star Treks ever? That'd be interesting.
Harry Kim.
Harry Kim. Yeah, that's true. Poor Harry.
He was useless.
What about Kes?
Well, Kes did save Neelix's life.
Bloody Kleenex.
She saved Neelix's life because she donated one of her lungs to him.
Oh yeah, isn't that
After
they kept
video.
him in a thing? Yeah.
They kept him like an iron lung with holographic lungs.
That's right.
Becky, as much as you're saying as Neelix Anderson, who's most useless, and I suppose useless would be defined as who's the most useless in the context of the story. Neelix was quite useful in the Voyager storyline. He was an annoying character. But Harry Kim, I don't think there's anything that happened in the stories that really mattered if he was there or not.
Yeah, his character was just zero development on it at all. I mean, if you
Yeah.
think, you know who's the best character? Okay, here is the best character in Voyager, totally, by far. And if anybody argues with me, they're wrong. And it's Tom Paris.
Well, Tom Paris was actually really Nicholas Lucano from The Next Generation. But they decided they couldn't use the Nicholas Lucano character because the guy who wrote the episode The First Duty for The Next Generation, who created Nicholas Lucano, would have been due a royalty fee for every episode of Voyager with his character appearing in it. So they created a new character who's basically identical to Nicholas Lucano, played by the same actor.
Oh, I don't know who Nicholas Lucano is, so I'm gonna have to go and.
So there's an
watch that
episode of The Next Generation called The First Duty where Wesley is at the academy, and Nicholas Lucano is his squadron, played by played Tom Paris, and he is basically Tom Paris.
So the reason I think Tom Paris is the best character is he think of all of the things he achieved. It's insane. He makes like the Delta Flyer. He starts off as a kind of delinquent criminal, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got probably the most growth because he starts out as a criminal who's only there to basically get his sentence shortened from the prison. And the idea is after the mission in the Badlands, catching the Marquis, he'd been dropped off at home and just gone off to do his own thing. That was sort of the agreement with him. But then through the process of the series, he's promoted to ensign. He's demoted from ensign. He gets married, and by the end of the series, he gets re-promoted and has a child.
There you go. But I think surely things like didn't he broke transwarp speed in the Delta Flyer or something? He did like
No, that was a normal shuttle.
A normal shuttle, but he
They broke
did
warp
it,
speed 10. Yeah, they broke warp speed 10, and then it turned into a really awful episode where he turned into like this giant salamander.
Maybe so, but it's still, you know, an achievement. You think about it. In the Star Trek future, where the planet probably has so much population, and actually you're trying to make your mark in the whole of the universe, you know, to break a record, right, in a regular shuttle, that's got to be quite an outstanding achievement.
Well, they modified the shuttle to do it. The idea was to get them home quick again, but unfortunately, it went very wrong.
So imagine trying to come up with anything new in the Star Trek universe, where you've got basically every race in the entire galaxy you're competing with. Okay,
True.
The really crappiest characters, I think, are the Kazon.
The Kazon are useless. The Kazon are such bad guys, and the problem is, it's only through Voyager not using their technology to the most, you know, to the fullest extent that they have, that they didn't just slaughter them in an instant.
They could have just taken them out totally.
Well, they could have done them. Voyager had sufficient technology to be able
Oh,
to
look, I've almost finished it. Just get this last minerals. We should be so close. Yes, I did it. What was the weird thing about the Kazon? They looked like they were dragged through a hedge, didn't they?
They did. They were just. Oh, the Herogen though, JBS, they were quite good. The Herogen, they were the hundreds.
I don't remember those. Weren't they like the ones all in metal? Like
They were like kind of Predator type things almost.
Yeah, they were good, and they had that. Remember that? I'm getting all confused. Do you remember Species whatever? Didn't they have one where they had a hollow ship?
8472.
Ah, and didn't they create a whole hollow ship to try to learn how the Federation think?
Yes,
And it was
that's right. And they created a replica of Starfleet headquarters on Earth. But I tell you what's absolutely amazing. I don't know where it is.
Damn it. Stop blowing up my tanks, you thunderpunts.
Right, so Starfleet headquarters, as shown in the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, is basically a water reclamation sewage processing plant in California.
Oh really? Because it does look cool, doesn't it? Actually, as a
Yeah, it's the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant. And it's actually a sewage processing facility.
Mineral field depleted.
Mineral field depleted.
Not enough minerals.
Right, I'm just going to build my last lot of siege tanks, and we're going to take out all of the bad guys because they've got a base over here. We're already partially pummeled. Oh my gosh, what is? Oh, they've got uprated siege tanks. Look, they're uprated to siege breakers. This is going to be impossible. Okay. Oh, and is Worf a really crap Klingon, do you think?
Well, no, he won a lot of contests as in fighting. I think he had a McCain family pack-sized chip on his shoulder, though.
People used to say that Worf was so crap because he's always getting his ass handed to him every episode, virtually. You know, he always goes to fight someone and he gets flung into a hedge or something, right? You know, the usual stuff.
Well, no, he's a good fighter, but he does get his. He also gets shut down continually by Captain Picard. There's this video of literally people telling Worf to shut up, or that's enough, Mr. Worf, or be quiet, Mr. Worf.
But I always think if you think of the Klingons in general, right? They aren't invincible, right? They get into a scrap all the time, but they get beaten all the time, right? So it's not the fact that I suppose they're great warriors and that they'd have a go, but it doesn't mean you're always going to win, does it? So
no, but for the Klingons, the idea is that not that they will. It's not
the winning; it's the taking part.
Pretty much, yes.
And doing it with honor.
Becky's right. He did. He got his spine broken. With a he got his spine broken with a.
This is my base.
With a basically a plastic barrel.
Oh yeah, and it bounces as well. It doesn't even
out of him. Yeah. Yes, Craig, keeping proper eye contact on you.
But if you remember, there was a bit where he's fighting the Jem'Hadar.
Deep Space Nine.
In the prison thing, he was kicking ass. They were like, the Jem'Hadar were like, fucking hell, this guy is hard as nails. And to the point where they were like, nah, we ain't gonna fight him anymore, and they got dashed. Do you remember?
Victory is ours.
I got a little present headed your way.
Crikey.
Christopher Lloyd, the best Klingons, as Doc Brown from Back to the Future, played the Klingon in Star Trek.
He did, didn't he? One of the movies.
He did. Star Trek 3 played the captain of the ship.
Oh, nuke. That wasn't very nice. I quite like what they just did in this game, Andrew. They basically created a scenario where you're going to take all of your people out of this base, which I just did, and they actually launched a nuke. I think mine had already more or less died by the time they got there, but that would have been quite fun if you were playing it quite seriously and just had every single member of your offensive forces to be blasted. So, what was was it General Martok? He was he was his buddy.
He was. The Ferengi were meant to be the ultimate. Yes, they were. Originally, Becky's right. The Ferengi were meant to be the big bad from first couple of seasons. But then everyone went, "That's really crap, really. They got arses on their heads." So they just went, nah, all right, let's not now.
Are the Ferengi in Discovery yet?
Don't think so.
Oh, this is a good bit actually, guys. And it's kind of potential spoilers if you haven't watched Discovery. So I want you to maybe cover your ears. I don't know how this is going to work, but okay. In Discovery, I quite like. Do you remember like there was this character who's like a computer robot character, a blue robot lady? I like how she had a bit of an arc. Because I always
And
thought,
a really weird rubber chin as well.
yeah, and I kind of, to be honest with you, I thought that was a character that wasn't a real character. Do you know, like when you just have one that's going to be, it's just a background character they're going to get rid of. But yeah, it was good, pleasing that it was a real character. But you know the other character that was a bit like that is that woman with the metal on her face, the breathing pipe.
All right. Yeah.
But she's a real character too. So yeah, just you don't know what you're going to get in these modern shows, do you? They kill people off, they make other people better.
What happened to the Andorians? Well, the Andorians featured in Enterprise quite heavily.
They were like a proper kick-ass race, weren't they, as well in that?
Yeah. I think the idea was they made them a bit tough in Enterprise because initially the Andorians appeared to be quite stupid, like blue people with little things poking out their heads.
Right, I think I'm going to
Yes, Baz, we briefly spoke about Discovery.
What was the name of the dog in Enterprise?
Porthos.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
God, that's unimaginative. I have to admit, by the way, I watched the Ant and the Wasp movie, Ant-Man 2, the other day, again.
Yep.
And it's still good. It's a good movie. You can watch
It's
it
a good,
loads
fun
of times.
film.
And I think my favourite character is the guy who's like, you know, like the one who's part of his consultancy, his security.
Oh, do you mean the guy like goes, so I was talking to these people and they're really cool, man. that guy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's called Luis or something.
The truth serum. The truth serum scene is the best. So it's a truth serum. No, it's not a truth serum. Sounds like a truth serum.
It is. It's really good. It's really.
And the way they did that thing, so he's like narrating it, isn't it? And
yeah.
And they're all acting. Out.
Yeah, and they're all speaking with his words, aren't they? They're all going like, "Hey man, yes, you know, fly now, boy." You know, it's all proper like this. No, they don't talk like that.
And the thing was, apparently, that was all just based on like real characters, like they'd known and stuff. That's what I like about that.
It's a really good fun film.
Holy shit! They've got a holy smoke. Oh, what they call those, a battle cruiser. There's a battle cruiser on this. Oh my god, the battle cruiser's just gonna take out everything. Come on, get the bases blown up at least. Yes! There is no true Sam. Oh, Jay Bear says he watched it last night. Yeah, it's good. I have to admit, I didn't quite like the shape-shifty grey girl character. I thought that was a bit weak.
You're right.
Just an annoying baddie, wasn't it? Every time you're gonna just do something that sort of she just jumps in and annoys
Oh,
it.
the ghost she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The ghost. Ava Star.
So that was good. I think that's enough. Probably StarCraft 2 for now. Oh, I don't wonder if I can show some pictures of this. I've been playing with my Atari ST.
I remember you put some stuff on Twitter, didn't you?
I did, and I'm going to see if I can bring up the pictures for the people in the stream who may not be aware of my tweeting. Um, yeah, there's not particularly any good pictures, but I'll show you what I've got. Show me what you've got. So, basic. Oh, motion on. Does that work?
Mm.
Yeah, there's no motion going on in that. And so basically, I've set up my Atari ST, and I've got a Satan interface here on the back. That's what that blue light is. And I've got also behind there a RetroNet that you can't quite see in the picture. I've got my external hard disk drive that's switchable between internal drive A or B. I made a mod, it's in one of my videos. I've got a GoTech here on the right in there. I've got a mouse to PS2, an ST to PS2 mouse converter, so I've got a high res effectively mouse going on, and the STE has 4 megs of RAM, so it's pretty much the ultimate ST with 2 gigabytes worth of hard disk images full of all the games and all the software you can get. So I shall be having a lot of fun with that over this weekend, and hopefully trying to make some sort of video about it. But I like to think that I would like to try to make a proper video, you know, like the likes that Neil would, but I always just
Mm.
run out of motivation and just end up doing it. One of my usual
You haven't got
videos.
the jackets. It's the jackets you need.
Do I need is that the source of the power, the tweed jacket?
And maybe a waistcoat as well, you know?
Oh, yeah. Does he have a waistcoat? I have to.
The waistcoat's used on streams.
Oh, really? The
Mm-hmm.
streaming waistcoat.
It is. It's the streaming waistcoat. It's like when we do a live stream with Neil. It's like Gene Kranz. 13, you know, he has his mission control waistcoat. Neil has the same thing. He puts his stream waistcoat on.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. That reminds me, of course, we recorded 2 episodes of the Retro Island Diskettes podcast last weekend, I think it was.
Forward to those.
And we videoed them too, so that should be interesting. We might try to do a cut with the video. But it was really enjoyable, but it was really tiring because to get to Neil's, of course, that's probably about, if you add it all up, probably 3+ hours worth of driving for me. And the interviews themselves are about 2.5 hours each, plus setting up. So that adds up to a really long day, believe it or not, just for two calls. But I think ultimately it's worth doing. I think it's more natural. If you could get the guests to join you in the studio, then I think that would be the ultimate experience, but we'll work our way towards that. And we're hoping at Blackpool that maybe we'll try to record some there. We might do an on the move edition
There might be in the penthouse.
In the penthouse suites, the luxury penthouse. If there's not a roaring gale ripping the ceiling tiles off.
That's right, Craig. While they're filming in the penthouse, would you be able to wear just a pair of speedos, a bow tie, and hold a silver tray for the guests, please?
I like that. The hair needs to grow inside the skull, then tangle the brain and come out of the chin that way. I think I've missed something. What? Is that saying what you need to have Neil's true powers? You need to have the beard. The beard is actually head hair growing through the wrong way.
Maybe.
So Becky says she'll get a CPC 464 and try modding that. Well, you could. I've got a CPC 464 and I'm trying to think what mods I've thought about doing, but it's not as much as you think. I think a video again that I owe you guys is the romantic robot multi-face for that, which I recovered that I've had for over 20 years and I never had a CPC. And then when I plugged it into the CPC 464, it didn't work. And then when I opened up the multi-face, there was no chips in it because someone had harvested it for some reason or it broken. And I actually got somebody to burn a prom for me, and I found the other missing chips because I found a schematic, and it all worked when I put it all back together. So I think that's something that needs to be given justice, you know, in a nice story. Again, one needs to sit down and do a nice bit of editing and try to do it properly. But you could see, Andrew, I've reduced my video output a lot because I want to start spending more time on them. So
Are you going to do more quality as opposed to and
I don't know if it's
more
more quality. It's more it's a different format.
more focus?
But it's a different presentation style, and I'd
Mm,
like to try to do that. But also, doing fewer videos allows me to do some of the more complicated builds,
yeah.
and allows me to absorb failed stuff. I've got so many failed things. Makes me not feel as bad. So I thought that the Sharp. Did you see the Sharp video with the power supply?
I flicked through it. So to be honest, I haven't caught. I'm a bit behind on videos at the
It's a long, tedious one, but those who
moment.
like it, because for what its content. But that, for example, was I think it was about a day's worth of work. But you can see from that, it's not something you can rush. You're doing
No.
the type of build is a long build.
Yeah.
Retrotech Ralph, have you missed us? Yes, I don't know. You've pretty much. I don't know if you've missed it. We're still here, still talking, so that's fine. So you haven't
This
missed
is
anything.
the crap talking part of the stream.
This is where it gets a little bit more interesting, I think, for a
It's
lot
where
of
it gets
people.
deep.
Craig says he loved the Sharp PS View video, and that almost brings a little tear, a retinal tear, a little tear to my eye, Craig, to hear that, because I love the feedback, and to know that someone likes a video that I've actually put effort into is good. And Kevin is waiting for Penisland. Oh, Pen Island, sorry. Even I'm getting confused. Never confused. Um, and I have a pen to show you. Would you? I think we could do a little impromptu Pen Island. If
Let's
I
see
can,
your pen. Let me see your pen.
let me see if I can embiggen the camera. I've got so many profiles. There we go. So today's Pen Island, and it's Pen Island Live for Kevin Lee, features this. And this is an unusual pen in that it doesn't write, because this is a Wacom Bamboo digitizer pen. And you are asking, Dr. A, why do you have a Wacom Bamboo digitizer pen? But I don't. Haha, I don't. Now, one, you're intrigued and curious. Well, you could probably use it on a resistive touch. I'm going to get that out of the way. You could probably use it on a resistive touch. But the reason I've got it is that my Lenovo ThinkPad laptop, which they keep trying to get me to replace at work, but it's like I've had it for the last like 5 years. I maxed it out. So I'll tell you why, Andrew. I bought this Lenovo ThinkPad Yoga when it came out first. It was the first ThinkPad Yoga titanium chassis, proper ThinkPad build, not an IdeaPad. And I maxed it out with everything you could get, the CPU, the RAM, and I've since put a few SSDs in it, because you can always get bigger SSDs. And it has a mouse nipple, it has a touchpad, it has a capacitive touch screen, and it has a Wacom digitizer in it as well. So not only can you do the capacitive touch screen, you can use ultra fine stuff using the Wacom digitizer. It even has a built-in pen in it as well, Wacom pen. So that's why I have this. But the reason I have it here and not with my laptop is that I do actually occasionally use touchscreen, but I never really use the digitizer pen because although the screen is insanely high resolution for a 12-inch screen, which means you can hardly see the pixels, a 16 by 9 is a really awkward, if you fold it over into tablet mode, it's a really awkward tablet shape because it's really long and it doesn't feel like an A4, right? It feels like one of those weird American fool's cap or letter. They've got these weird page sizes in America. Do you know when they send you, I might have one here, I'm going to see if I've got one, it would be hilarious if I had. Oh, I don't. The IEEE, one of these American things,
if you order stuff from America, sometimes they send you these things or renewals or invoices in their weird format. And when you open it out, it's really long, like a friggin' parchment. It's like it's like as if you've got two A4s put end to end. It's absolutely nonsense. So anyway, Bart started by saying, "Why don't you have a digitizer nose? What's a digitizer nose? Would you put your pen up your nose and use that for like doing comics? I mean, I would really quite like. Speaking of comics, I'm kind of considering buying all of the Judge Dredd case files. You know the I don't
Okay.
know if you've seen those, but I think I already got them sent to me as a comic, like an ebook comic format. I can't remember if I bought those or got someone sent me. But there's no tablet that lets you read. You need a really nice color, at least A4 size tablet, don't you, to really appreciate a comic?
Definitely, you need something like an iPad Pro, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'd never buy one because they're so. If you see them, I kind of think I would probably like something that had maybe if they could do a proper color e-ink screen and it was thin. It has to be like e-ink though. It can't be a tablet because it's you could just look at it on your PC, but it's not the same, is it?
No, no.
So Craig says, "I'm glad it made you happy because I love you dearly." Oh,
Well, Craig would. Craig's lovely.
that's so nice to hear, though, isn't it?
Craig's like a fluffy bunny.
Ooh, Becky says bad sound. Bad sound.
Bad sound? Who's the bad sound with?
Hopefully not us.
I don't think so. I think you sound quite clear to me.
So Retrotech Ralph says, I put a lot of effort into my 2-part cruise holiday video. Hated doing it, but worth the effort. I don't think I've seen that.
No, you wouldn't unless you'd been on Pornhub.
And high five. Yes, and of course, yeah, I don't look at Pornhub. I don't feel the need to use Pornhub.
No, there's so many others.
Not when you've got Chatchivate and there's a new one that's all the kids apparently like. It's called XNXX or XCXX. It's something like a combination of letters that's the same letters because it's very easy to tap in on a mobile device. I'll look that up for you, boys and girls at home on my.
Oh, just for research purposes.
It's just XNXX apparently.
Is it really? Why did that come in your autofill when you were?
Yeah, that's right. And it's the 8th most visited website in the world. The 8th most visited website in the world is one you've probably never heard of. Oh, the sound changed when you unbinged. Does the change when I go into the full screen mode? Let's try that again. Hello, Afida saying goodbye. Oh, I think I know what it is, Andrew. I think when I go full screen, they miss the Andrew Dalton.
Do they?
Yeah. I think audio output capture 3 profile doesn't come in on it.
Right, that might be why then.
And Nassim says, I know it. We should all take the efforts to know the top 10 most visited websites in the world, shouldn't we?
Exactly.
It does change, this Fairfight. Yes. Yeah, I can see it changing, and I can show you boys and girls at home if you're interested in how the magic works. I've got all of these profiles here on the left, and Andrew is currently on audio output capture 3.
Hello.
There you go. And then when I switch to camera full screen, you can see there's no audio capture 3. So if I want him, I'm going to add him there. Audio output capture, add existing, audio output capture 3. And now, if Andrew talks, you can hear him as well.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
And then they're back to normal. So it's Pornhub on the way back machine. I was thinking about that, something similar, Kevin. Do you remember when the ladies in the movies had hair? Well, the men as well, I suppose, to be fair.
everybody had more hair, and I'm kind of thinking, is it time for that to come back?
Oh, it's like the hairy growler returning.
Yeah, I think I could live with that now. You know.
Mm.
Oh no, there's a discussion about eating oysters in the Discord. I don't think you want to eat oysters, anybody. If you haven't tried them, don't bother. They're a little
They
bit like
are.
snot.
They're like eating snot, to be honest.
Salty snot.
Yeah, they are. I agree with what Ken's saying in there, talking about eating them if they're battered and fried. They're a lot better that way than they are eating them
Raw,
just
raw and snotty.
raw and snotty. Yes.
I mean, battered and fried, they're going to be fine, aren't they? They're going to be
Mm,
like any seafood then. That's fine. But
mm.
that's not how those people that's not how those people eat it, do they?
No, you kind of inhale them almost.
Ugh, you have to, otherwise you
Oh,
might taste them.
we're on Craigslist, are we?
I think it's time to have a little look on Craigslist.
I think you maybe need to be very careful what you're doing on there. Maybe look at it. I'd look at it on your other screen first before you display the browser.
I think this is on mature filter on my channel now, isn't it? I think I've got that permanently set. I don't know
I
how I
would hope
check.
so. I would hope so. Let's have a look in Aberdeen, what they've got in the baby section.
Aberdeen?
Go
In
to
the what
Aberdeen.
section?
In the-
Last time I went to show somebody, I was going, you've got to see this baby section. What was it called again? The
It's like kids
kid and
it's for sale.
baby and kid, and there was no drugs on it. Yeah.
Let's have a look, mate.
No, they've done
Try
it. They
it.
fixed it.
Have they?
Look, I couldn't
Oh.
find any cannabis.
You can find any skank.
There was no skank at all. Look.
Oh.
I think they've cleaned up their act.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, look, see?
Oh, you're like us.
But I always like Craigslist, for my industrial equipment. So
No, I used to like looking at the drugs on Craigslist.
is that the only way you would learn about drugs?
Exactly.
A caravan and motorhome. Should we have a look at a lovely caravan?
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
What could we have as the mobile YouTube studio? How about this little Mercedes Sprinter? Ooh, that looks nice.
Maybe
We could have a ram in the van.
Well, I personally think we should.
Oh, you got cut off there, Andrew.
Oh, Discord message. I had a message on Discord.
Oh.
Is that done? That's weird. Let's have a look. So let me have a look here. Oh, now then, this would be perfect.
What are you posting?
I'm just going to send a link to you on Discord. Let me find it. Okay.
Biotech.
Now this, it's on eBay, but look at this. This would be amazing for.
You're going to remind me of something I almost did. I've got a little story from earlier this week as well. I almost bought a 2 GB SanDisk memory card for £99.
That would have been interesting.
I was doing an offer for somebody. Oh, that's cool. Is
But
that a
why is
is
there-
that a repurposed like police van or something?
I don't know, but you know what I like about it? It used to be a library, clearly, yes?
Yes.
Right, go through to the pictures. Look at the one by the door. Why is there a big red button for a dump valve?
Where am I looking?
Keep going through the pictures. Keep going through them. You'll find one. Can you imagine you driving down? Engage the dump valve.
Hang on a minute. I'm trying to get the lay of the land with this thing. So it's got a side door. Is that a toilet?
I think so.
Oh. That looks quite jolly, doesn't it? It looks lovely.
It does, doesn't it?
But there's a lot of room taken up by that sort of porch. But I guess it's because it's got like accessible access thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost too small for my needs. Nassim says, how many languages do you speak? Just one, barely English.
Oh no, you also speak bollocks, which you're completely fluent in, like myself.
Completely fluent in bollocks. And a little bit of cock and balls.
Oh, that's right.
Ah, heavy equipment. Oh, there's just not aviation. There's no aviation in London. Bath. It's a really crap search though, isn't it? Where it's include nearby areas then, okay. Why bother having a section on Craigslist if there's nothing in it? Computers, yes. Gaming PC. Baz, I have no idea though, really, what a dump file would be. Oh, Dark Retro Gamer says try to find the dark web. I think you need to install Tor for that, and if you install Tor, I think you've automatically start getting appearing on government websites and stuff potentially. I'm not seeing anything interesting here at all.
This is sad. I mean, I just like looking
Look,
at the draw.
there's not anything. It's like Craigslist is empty. Oh, okay. So what is a swap then? My 3-bedroom Tel Aviv flat for your London flat. I'm not sure. I've been to Tel Aviv. I'm not sure which would be worse, to be honest with you. Looking for a permanent house swap. Are you actually allowed to swap houses legally?
I don't know.
I think you'd have to pay stamp duty so you could do your names on the document. Sunny Cleethorpes by the sea. Ooh.
Oh, Dr. A, I think I found what you need.
I think I'm going to go house for sale in the Fiji Islands. Fiji, man! Fiji!
Try this.
But I want to live in Fiji.
No, you want to live in this and fight crime.
Bloody hell, it better be good. Ooh, that looks nice. Oh, and it's a double... Oh, that looks amazeballs.
When you go through it, look, it's like living in a future house as well. It's got all really stylistic everything in it.
It's actually relatively well priced.
I know.
I tell you what, shall I offer? I'll offer 12. If I get it for 12, we'll have that. That will be.
You're going to offer 12 grand for this bus and explain to your wife why there's a white converted double-decker bus parked on the driveway.
That would be amazing. Oh yeah, but where'd I park that?
I don't know.
I like that.
It's YouTube compatible because it's already got one of those IKEA 4-cube things that every YouTuber has to have in the back of their office.
Kitted out for multi-purpose cafe, catering bar, co-working space, endless options. Slight adjustments could be made. Totally custom made, can seat up to 29 guests. Chill out zone. That sounds amazing, doesn't it? I mean, would I need a special license though?
No, it's been downgraded to a Class 5 private vehicle so that anyone with a driving license acquired prior to 1997 can drive it. Well, I could drive that technically.
Could I do that one? How old am I? When was I 17?
Did you do a theory test?
Did I do a theory test? No, I was before all of that. I did a theory test later for my motorbike license.
Yeah, that means then you're the same as me because I did it like 6 months. You and I are roughly the same age, and I did it I passed just for a theory test. So yes, you would be able to drive that on your regular drive.
That sounds scary, doesn't it? Being able to do that. I tell you what, if I had somewhere to park this, like a farm, I would have this because I would just do so many events and we could do some on-the-road parties. We could fill it full of arcade games. Is this the upstairs?
Be honest, mate, you'd live in it.
And I'd live in it. I think this is the upstairs, the lounge part. I could be wrong.
The pool table's upstairs.
The pool table. How can you have a pool table on a bus?
They found a way.
They found a way. And then downstairs is just this amazing co-working cafe. I could see we could film in it. It'd be amazing.
It would, wouldn't it?
Craig says I'll deck that out with my PA rig. I thought he
Craig,
said. I thought he said it said my PA ring, as in
no.
Prince Albert.
And Craig will put a flat top, one of flat top burger bar grill in it, and you can be doing full Englishes for people.
Oh, look, you got a little oven in there. They've got the little
Yeah.
George Foreman toasty oven.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, someone in the stream must have somewhere where I could park this. What is that thing there, Andrew? It's got a contraption. Oh, it looks like it's a lighting, like a fluorescent tube that's fallen
Yeah.
out or something. Of this little alcove. The alcove needs work. We're not going to beat around the bush, Andrew. The alcove needs a bit of work.
No, it needs a bit of work.
Does it have a toilet though?
It's got a toilet and a shower.
Wow. Yeah, it looks like they've done something here. Oh, look, all of the lighting area, see up here, needs a bit of work. They've pulled out a bit of channel that was in there, changed the bulbs or something, and it's broke, and they don't know how to fix that. But I could do that. And they've got a lot of video cameras in there too.
Yeah. It's perfect.
The bed, yeah, I can see it's a bit. I'd have to look at it. It looks a bit like it's been a bit pikey made in places, but that's fine. So that's actually what a bedroom is like. Then it's just a bed slung in this Borg cube.
It's a nook bed.
Borg alcove.
Yeah.
Well, I think you know what? If I'm ever looking, Andrew, you'll be the first person I'll ping because you obviously have a good eye for this.
For these kind of party buses.
Party buses, yeah. I mean, is there anything a bit more? What can you get? Look, these are cheap. What can you get for like £1,600? It's got to be terrible.
What can you get? What you mean? What can you get if you go really pikey?
Like a really rank old motorhome. But you know what's weird? Auto sleepers and motorhomes are really expensive to insure and stuff. And you got to MOT them, and you got to do all the bollocks. You're almost better off with a caravan.
The only thing I would worry about with like that bus as well would be how much fuel would it consume. Like if you were taking it to Blackpool from where you live.
Do you think it's going to consume more or less fuel than my current one of my current cars? Because that friggin' thing.
The Beast. No, I'm sure the Beast. You need a 180-mile long bloody petrol pump for the Beast.
I think I've got 16 miles per gallon out of it recently, and I can see the needle going down. It makes me cry now. No matter how flush you feel you are, I don't think you could just you'd be happy paying that. This is quite nicely done though, doesn't it? I mean, but it doesn't. It's just for hanging out in, isn't it? This is just like it's not. You don't actually sleep in it, do you?
Oh, nice. Well, if you got a few quid more.
That's actually not for the van though. That's just for the conversion.
Yeah. What if you're feeling a little more plush and you got something like?
Let's have a look then. Your uke gets 13, but that's okay, James. You live in a place where the fuel is about 10th what we have to pay. That looks the balls, doesn't it?
Yeah, have a look inside it.
I was thinking that the other day, though. What stops the regular person from starting a coach company? Because I think I would quite like to do coach tours. We could all get in there and we'll all go down to Benidorm and have a bit of a party. Ooh, that would be...
No, look at it. This has got everything on it.
This is like if you would get with the band. We're going to go touring with the band.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Craig, I would join you.
What do you do though? Is it watching it, Craig, or starring in it?
Craig would be the tech guy doing the audio and the
giving all the juices and emollients and whatever else you need to perform. I think I would love travelling in this, wouldn't you?
No, I think I'd love travelling in this one. This one's even better.
Craig would provide all of the services required. This one's about the same money too.
Yeah, this one's a bit nicer.
Oh, it's not showing me some embiggened pictures. There you go.
No, it doesn't seem to want to do that, but it looks nicer inside.
This costs more than my first house.
And be honest, you'd rather live in the tub.
The problem is, though, right, with the bus, is that it's still a depreciating asset, and that's
I know.
that's the bit that would always put me off, you know?
I know, but still, how cool would it be?
Very cool. I mean, if I won the lotto, I mean, it would be. Was this on the freaking electric bus by Opte? What the hell? An electric bus? Can you imagine the cost of the batteries of this thing?
Well, there's a party bus I found. Oh my god. Not many pictures, but it's got a. It belonged to Weber Barbecues.
Come on, send me the link. I've got a sombrero. I wear it on my face.
It's a mobile Weber Barbecue showroom in a bus.
Oh, that's cute. And the roof obviously lifts up and down, I should imagine.
Yes.
I mean, it still looks quite cool. Be a bit drafty up there in the. Oh, look at that. What's amazing though, Andrew, is think of how this is the same sort of internal space, probably, but it looks totally wasted,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I don't think I would want a bus with lots of hard-edged wood paneling.
No.
What's the? Come on, let's search for something weird on YouTube. On YouTube, on
YouTube.
On eBay. Let's think. What's the weirdest thing I could buy? A used hat. Let's see what you get. Oh, it just doesn't fail to deliver. You don't really have to put any work into a stream like this, do you? Fashion turbans.
Yeah, but then you can look at the weirdest thing ever.
But then, Andrew, it's a bit sad in a way because we're laughing at it, but it says ideal for use during hair loss or chemotherapy. So
yeah, it's sad. It is sad.
A hat stretcher. Have you ever felt your hat is pinching?
Not really. But what about something like that?
A vaginal dilator. I don't think.
It's an anal speculum.
But is it used?
I don't think that one's used, but seller refurbished.
So no way, seller refurbished. A top hat.
Oh, here we go.
So Andrew's a used pot noodle pot. Andrew, those noodles, by the way, are. I'm trying not to eat them because they're so high in calories, but they're so gorgeous.
There you go. Right, read that. And the condition.
Hang on, I'll read it in the window then. Clear vaginal speculum for artificial insemination. Okay, so it's a very clear one. I think I could actually show people this, but I'll tell you what it says. Okay, it's not too. I can't put it into my. Hang on, I want to put it in my incognito, and unfortunately I didn't. So now it's going to be in my YouTube, eBay search. Thanks.
There you go.
Used. What's that in the picture? Is that someone holding their penis in the reflection? Worryingly. Condition is used. I think for something that looks to cost probably a tenner at most, these brand new ones down here, I don't think I'd want to pay just £1 for that. Although I'm almost tempted to buy it. You know, those patrons there, especially people like Kevin and yourself and everybody, I think you feel that you deserve a teardown of something that's so icky. Would the restriction be, Andrew, that I'm not allowed to use clubs?
You're not allowed to demonstrate it live.
You have to use it in
You're
a
not allowed
turkey.
You're not allowed to strip it down, rebuild it, refurbish it, and then test if it works on yourself on camera.
Oh no!
How about some taxidermy? I mean,
Yeah.
that's always a bit weird. A hardened glass. There you go. It looks a bit lame there, doesn't it? It's so fake. You'd have to be like a real goth. I mean, actually, all of this stuff would look quite good in your home if you're one of those gothy types, wouldn't it? Ram's head. Unopened parachute used once. Wild boar. Did you remember That's Life? They had a thing of somebody sent their cat to be taxidermied, and it came back really funny.
Yeah. There we go. What about this? This is something right up your.
See if we can get that picture. Oh, there we go. I'll just bring up this picture from Esther Ranson. But do you remember she showed what the cat looked like, the actual cat, and then when it came back stuffed? Oh,
Oh God.
taxidermy animals gone wrong. I hope there's a website on that.
There's
Right.
a website like Bizarre Taxidermy or something.
But there's those people who like doing it with mice, don't they? They like taxiderming the Victorian mice, doing all the like on a penny farthing. Pam St. Clement, hand-signed autograph. Is she still alive, by the way?
Yeah, she is. She is.
What does that say?
Agadoo.
Agadoo. That's what it looks like. That is amazing. Do you think it's real?
It is, apparently.
I think I'm going to buy that.
You're going to buy a signed photo of Pat Butcher for the back office?
I think I'm going to frame that, and that's going to be a prize. That's going to be a prize
lovely.
in a giveaway. What do you think?
That's magical, a signed photo of Pat Butcher.
And is that going to be open to all or patrons only?
Oh, I think that should be open to everyone at the end.
Open to everyone. I'm gonna spend good money having it properly framed. I promise you.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I'm actually buying it in another window on the side there. Putting me PayPal's.
So, guys, who wants the signed photo of Pat Butcher?
That's amazing. Do you want it in a nice frame? Should we do it in a double-sized frame with a picture as she is now, side by side? You know,
would be. I don't know. I mean, I tell you what I've got is a genuine signed photo of Mr. T.
Ooh. Is there something? Is there a mark in the photo? Like there's some scuzz on it as well on her head.
Yes, that's one.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the proof, guys. I'm gonna give you the little proof. Here you go. Your order has been placed. My wife's gonna kill me. What size is this? Should we have a look for some frames right now? Is it a particular size? Looks like an A5 frame maybe would do that. A5, lovely frame. Won't pipe lovely, it'll limit the results. Might as well buy that at the same time. Do you think it's bright pink?
I think it's got to be like.
Kevin's saying, as patrons, we are paying not to get things like this. Send it to the non-patrons. And I'm not offended by that sentiment, right? I get it, but I feel really bad because I was like offering who wants like a kit and all this, like stuff to send to patrons, and people saying don't send it to me. No, we don't need that. Just make more videos. Well, sure. I feel like you deserve to have something back. You don't want a box of floor scrapings. I think these are too. Ooh, that's better. That's it, Andrew.
We found.
It's a kind of a glittery in gold or silver frame. And they've got all the sizes. So when it comes, I'm going to have it all framed up properly like that.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
Oh, do you think I might even bring it to Blackpool and hand it to the winner if anybody?
Oh, and we can get a photo taken of you
shaking hands with them, like
yes,
getting.
That would be.
Oh, I'd love that. I would love that. Also, and I'm genuinely thinking this, Andrew, and tell me if you think it's silly or not. I'm thinking of actually giving away the red car as part of a prize, but I can't think of what the competition is yet.
Ooh. Well, at the very least, you want to do something maybe for charity if you're giving away the red.
Oh, so I could do it. I could do it where people are giving money,
Maybe
and
something
that's
like by
going to keep going.
raffle. Like if you could sell like tickets at a fiver. I mean, look into the legality of it, but it is possible to do it.
I feel
We could
it's
like
okay if to do it like a raffle and you give the money to charity. I don't think it should.
there are certain legal things I would just double check.
So Zebra says it's not a frame unless it twinkles. Oh, the EastEnders theme tune.
Well, I tell you what, why don't you build a frame and put in like one of them things that plays the EastEnders theme tune when you open it? Make like an opening, get an opening photo, and when you open it, it plays the EastEnders theme tune.
I think I could do that because I've got chips up there that do that anyway. I bought them and never found a purpose for them, but I think we have now.
Well,
A thought just popped into my head, and I know you're going to be really offended by it because people don't think these ways. But for some reason, this discussion, right, Andrew? I don't know if this ever happens to you. Between the chat in the stream, the looking at EastEnders thing, in my head, I don't know why this just popped up in my head, but it said, "Who is the most attractive birds of a feather?" So I think I've got to bring up birds of a feather. Oh, it's got to be Dorian, hasn't it? Surely.
She's about 900 years old.
But even then, it can't be Quirk, though, can it? What? Is that what she looks like now? Bloody hell. This is a now picture, Andrew, because she's so thin. Look.
Yes.
No, I want the birds of a feather then picture.
Right, I'm going to send you I'm going to play a little game. I want to play a game with the chat. I'm going to send you 2 links. Let me find it.
Who's Reg Varney? I don't even know who Reg Varney is.
The guy who used to be on the buses.
Oh, which one? Oh, really?
The bus driver, yeah.
Yeah, I think if I were a lady, I think he'd be the most acceptable one, really, wouldn't he?
Well, right. So I'm going to send you 2 links. I'm going to send you first off this. I want you to open that picture up, and I'm going to ask you a question. And the people on the stream about it, and no one is to go looking this. So don't show the name of.
The name of what?
I've just sent you a photograph. I want you to show it on the screen. Don't show the name of the file or the person. So there it is.
Don't show the name of the file or the person.
Yeah, the file name is his name, so he'll be able to guess. How old is
he? Hang on a second. Let me do it. How old is he?
So on show to the stream.
Yeah, hang on. Here we go. So there's James.
Yeah, they know his first.
How old is he?
How old is that man?
I would say he's like mid to late 60s.
Okay, anyone else in the chat? 78 from Fair Fight, we've got. Let's see anyone else. 79 from Nassim, 86 from Bard Snugglebug. Okay, now I've sent you a link to his Wikipedia page.
Mm-hmm. Should we do this?
I'm going to tell you how old he is.
You want to say how old he is, did you say?
I'm going to say how old this gentleman is.
Go on then.
92.
No way. 92.
Yes.
He's wow. But it's a bit like what's his name? Rip Torn. How old's Rip Torn now?
Rip Torn is he's gone a bit nuts. Rip Torn has.
Oh yeah. Oh, he looks old now though. He's got old quick.
Yeah.
88.
Yes, he's 88 now. He's aged very quick.
I do like James Lipton. I do like the inside the actor's studio.
Yes.
I like the format. I like the thing. Bard Snagglebard says he won. Well, I guess
you were
close.
closest. Yeah. 86, yeah.
So what do you think you've won, Pardsnaggle? Because that picture hasn't turned up yet, because I only just ordered it on eBay. I tell you what, if you want, and I can do this now, I can embiggen the picture because Andrew's voice is fixed now in the full screen camera thing. Pardsnaggle, I'm going to, you've won. If you're ever in the area, I'm going to use this on you, and it's a chart which is the importance of body fat, and it's a personal body fat tester, and I can demonstrate this to you using bingo wings if you're that way inclined. I don't have bingo wings.
Becky wants to know how old. Oh, my mic's still wrong. Becky wants to know how old is Gary Coleman? Gary Coleman dead. Dead for nearly 10
now,
years.
so he's pretty old. So I'm going to show you this. This is cool. This is like a self-administering tape measure. I don't know if you've seen one of these, Andrew, but these are really useful. So what you do is you pop that out, pop it in on itself, put it over your guns, and then you push the button, and it retracts. How cool is that? So, okay, how about the who wants to guess the girth of my my bulging thin bicep there, and maybe I can invent a prize for you. I'm going to pop that, take that down now, and let it out of the contraption. Drop it on the floor. Okay, so I have the measurement here in centimetres. I've got it in centimetres and inches. And then also, Pardsnaggle, as part of the same kit, it says my mic's still wrong. So, Andrew, say something. Say cake or death.
Cake.
It's not wrong. It's
no,
fine. It's fine. I can see it there. So this is the other part of this equipment, and this is a body fat pinching device. So you get it snugged in there properly, and then you apply pressure on this bit with your thumb, and it'll line up when it's reached the right tension to get you a consistent measurement there. So you can do that, and I don't know what that says. I'm just trying to turn it to me. That says I'm at 20. I can pinch 20 millimeters on my arm. So let's have a look at the old 20. Oh, it's my mic. There's something wrong. Well, it seems all right to me.
Yes.
20 millimeters. Up to it's in different ages. You're allowed more the older you get, apparently. Oh, and I fit the 41 to 45 bracket now. So it's saying I'm average. I'm not ideal. I'm just on the low end of average now on the old body fat on the arms. So there you go. So let's have a look at the competition results for the arm measuring thing. So Nassim says 26 centimeters. Pardsnaggle says 36. Very kind of you, Pardsnaggle. Fairfight says 26.3. The correct answer was 29. So who's closest? I'm going to write that down. Do I have to do these math here, which is 36 minus 29 versus 26.3 minus 29 minus 23. I'll let you do the calcs there. Oh, it's like I'm using two different mics. Ah, you've got it. It's because it's using this Logitech mic. Fairfight is right. Fairfight is bloody right. Let's see this. Let's do this. This beat is Technotronic. Audio capture device. Let's see. I'm going to see which one it is. So it's audio input capture is the good one. And then when I go to full screen, we want to add audio input capture. Like that. And then we'll get rid of the camera mic. Boom. We're back in the room. Oh, 36 is going to be after we train for a bit. So there. I won't be doing my midriff because I can assure you you can certainly pinch an inch there. But yeah, I mean, that's the way, by the way. If you've got the old body fat scales and all that, you can use those to try to get some sort of consistent measurement instead of an accurate one. But if you want a kind of medically accurate one, you've got to do this. And you've got to pinch it above your gunt area. That's where you take that measurement from.
So interesting you say that about the mics, by the way, because the mic you would have been listening to is the one that's built into the webcam. That so when you have a normal sort of shitty stream, that's the quality you'd get from someone. And it's not even my kind of decent mic here. It's something else. But I'm finding this Plantronics Blackfin is sublime in a headset. And the reason is it's
Mm.
got a side tone in it, right? So it's got an amplifier in the Dubry that's mixing what you say back into your own ear, and it stops people shouting in the office. So when people are talking on their conference calls, they have the tendency when they don't have this sort of technology to get louder and louder and louder until they're basically shouting. Knob measuring. Gunt. Fair fight. It's been around the willy. Yeah, it does go to that. So I think it just about would have. Yeah, just about. Right, guys. I think it's probably time to retire for the evening and go watch my movie tonight. Tonight's movie is the conclusion of Carry On Cleo, which I've been
Carry
watching.
On Cleo. Ooh.
From someone's collection, Mr. Dalton,
All
actually.
right. Is it?
Hmm.
Jolly good.
So I wish you all a good weekend. I'll post a video tomorrow and I'll post one Sunday. I do have a couple I'm going to edit and send out, and I'm going to do them first thing in the morning because I'm too busy to do them any other time. So you'll see them 6 a.m. on the dot. So that's good night from me.
Good night, everybody.
Ta ta.